שבת אחים גם יחד, הנה מה טוב. שבת אחים גם יחד, הנה מה טוב ומה נעים. שבת אחים גם יחד, הנה מה טוב ומה נעים. שבת אחים גם יחד, הנה מה טוב, הנה מה טוב. יאללה לי, יאללה לה 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 לה. הנה מה טוב, הנה מה טוב. יאללה לי, יאללה לה 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 לה. הנה מה טוב ומה נעים. שבת אחים גם יחד, הנה מה טוב ומה נעים. שבת אחים גם יחד, שבת אחים גם יחד. And now we will kindle the lights of Shabbat. Heather will light the candles. You can find the candle blessing on page 120. 2 candlesticks representing 2 loving partners. And we make 3 circles, creating order out of the chaos of the world. Has anyone experienced any chaos this week? Especially in the last few days. Well, brace yourselves, because in 10 days Mercury goes retrograde and it's just going to keep getting worse. On the bright side, maybe someone that you want to talk to that you haven't heard from in a long time, or maybe you're going to want to reach out to somebody, or you're going to finish things that need to get done. But there's a lot going on in the next week or so, and then for the next few weeks, then we go into the 3 weeks of Av. So it's a wild ride until August. Okay, so that being said, we're going to welcome the Divine Light, all the more important to celebrate Shabbat together on this evening, and third Friday in July. We are off. I'm telling you this multiple times, and Jeremy will as well. Our next service will be the third Friday in July with our men's club BBQ. That is their annual day on the third Friday of July. Okay, 3 circles. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kedeshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lehadlik ner shel Shabbat. Shabbat shalom to everyone. Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom. Thank you. Alrighty, so page 142, we have Shalom Aleichem as we welcome in the Sabbath angels. Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Hasharet, Malachei Elyon, Melech, Malachei Hamlachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu. V'lachem l'shalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Elyon, Melech, Malachei Hamlachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Baruch Hu ni l'shalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Elyon, Melech, Malachei Hamlachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Last verse. Sechem l'shalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Elyon, Melech, Malachei Hamlachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu. So may the ministering angels come and go and bless us with peace. And now if you'll turn back to page 138, we have Lecha Dodi as we welcome in the Sabbath bride. Okay, come on, you guys. You can clap or bang the table or something. Lecha Dodi likrat kalai yelalai 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 p'nei Shabbat nekavela. Lecha Dodi likrat kalai yelalai 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 p'nei Shabbat nekavela. Shamor v'zachor Beribor echad, Hishmianu El Hamed Echad, Adonai Echad, B'Shemo Echad, L'Shem U'Letiferet, Belitehila. Everybody, Lechadodi Likrat Kala, Yalalai, 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 Pnei Shabbat, Nekabela. Lechadodi Likrat Kala, Yalalai, 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 Pnei Shabbat, Nekabela. Verse 5. He tore every kiva orech kumi ori shadaberi kavod Adonai alaych nigla. Everybody, lechadodi likrat kala yalalai 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 pnei Shabbat nekavela. Lechadodi likrat kala yalalai 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 pnei Shabbat nekavela. Verse 9. B'oiv shalom ateret bala gam besimcha v'tzohola tochemune am selula b'oiv chala. Everybody, lechadodi likrat kala yalalai 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 pnei Shabbat nekabela. Lechadodi likrat kala yalalai 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 pnei Shabbat nekabela. Woo! Thank you to our fabulous musicians and to those of you up in the balcony section or the mezzanine. It's so wonderful to see you up there participating and everyone down here as well. Also, thank you to all of you who came and brought a wonderful potluck celebration for Juneteenth and Father's Day. We are looking forward to our cake at the ONED. Thank you to Marianne and to Tony and to everyone who has cooked so wonderfully to make sure that we had our food. And I know Jeremy will thank everyone later, but thank you to Jeremy for everything that he does to get everything going, and Brian and Mark and everybody. But I'm so grateful that you're all here. I think if had we not had food, I wonder who would have showed up. And especially because at one point I said, should we turn on the TV and say we're going to have from 3 to 5 the soccer game playing? So some people are at home watching online. I hope it works, but I don't know. They can squeeze us in around the soccer, but I know it was a big, big night tonight. So now we're going to go forward. So thank you for being here to celebrate Shabbat. Page 144 for the Chatzi Kaddish, 144. As we separate our warm-up to the official call to worship. Yikadal, Yikadal Shemei Rabbah, Ve'almad Yivrach Yerutei V'yamlik Malchutei, V'chai Yechon V'yom Echon, V'chai Yedecho Ve'Yisrael, Ba'gala, Ba'gala, V'vizmahan Kari V'miru, Yehi Shemei Rabbah Mevarach, Le'alam Lo Me'almayam, Yidbarach, V'yishtabach, V'yitpa'ar, V'yitramam, V'yitnaseh, V'yithadar, V'yitalev, V'yitalal, Shemei D'Kudashah, Le'ela Min Kol Berchata, V'shirata, if you're able to Shbechata V'nechemata, Da'amihiran Ve'alma V'yimru. Amen. And Jeremy will open up the ark for the Baruch Hu on page 146. Yai lai lai, ya la la lai, yai lai 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 lai, yai lai lai, ya lai lai lai, yai lai 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 lai, yai lai 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 lai, ya lai 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 lai, ya lai 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 lai. Baruch Adonai seated as the ark is closed. And on the bottom of 149, let us read together. This is an hour of change, and within it we stand uncertain on the border of light. Shall we draw back or cross over? Where shall our hearts turn? Shall we draw back, my brother, my sister, or cross over? This is the hour of change, and within it we stand quietly on the border of light. What lies before us? Shall we draw back, my brother, my sister, or cross over? And now Heather will come up and sing Ahavat Olam on page 150.
Your people Israel by teaching us Torah and mitzvot, laws and precepts. Therefore, Adonai, our God, when we lie down and when we rise up, we will meditate on your laws and your commandments. We shall rejoice in your Torah forever. Day and night we will reflect on them, for they are our life, and doing them lengthens our days. Never remove your love from us. Praise to you, Adonai, who loves your people Israel.
Yasher Koach. Yasher Koach, once again to Heather and the musicians. And now we have our Shema, which can be found on page 152 and 153. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. deep breath in and a deep breath out. Breath in and a deep breath out. Focus your breath. Get rid of all of the schmutz of the past week and prepare your vessel to create that space and acknowledgement of the oneness of the divine. Another deep breath in and a deep breath out. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. 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 Baruch Shem Kevod, Shem Kevod Malchuto Le'olam Va'ed. Baruch Shem Kevod, Shem Kevod Malchuto Le'olam Va'ed. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Adonai Echad. Echad. Please be seated if you're standing, page 154 for the Ve'ahavta. Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha v'chol levavecha v'chol nafshecha v'chol meodecha v'hayu hadevarim ha'ele asher anochi mitzavacha hayom al levavecha v'shinantam levanecha v'dibarta bam v'shivtecha b'veitecha v'velechtecha v'derech v'v'shochecha v'kumecha v'kashartam le'ot al yadecha v'hayu letotafot b'neinecha v'chtavtam al mezuzeh beitecha v'visharecha leman tizkaru v'asutam ekol mitzvotai v'yetem kedoshim le'lohechem ahani Adonai Elohechem asher hotzeti etchem me'eretz Mitzrayim lihiot lachem le'elohim ani Adonai Elohechem Adonai Elohechem Emet. And now, if you will turn to the words we will read prior to our Micha Mocha on page 157. Standing on the parted shores of history, we still believe what we were taught before ever we stood at Sinai's foot. That yes, wherever we go, it is eternally Egypt. And yes, there is a better place and a promised land. And the winding way to that promise passes through the wilderness. There is no way to get from here to there except by joining hands and marching together. Micha Mocha, page 158. Ya ba ba bim 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 bam, ya da 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 bim bam, ya da da bim 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 bam. You can clap, you know. Yai da 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 ya da 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 bim bum. Yai da 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 ya da 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 bim bum. Mi chamocha balim Adonai. Mi chamocha nehedar bakodesh. Norati hilo o sefele. Norati hilo o sefele. Ya ba ba bim bim bam ya da 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 bim bam ya da da bim bim bam ya da 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 bim bam ya da 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 ya da 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 bim bam ya da 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 ya da 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 bim bam. And so now we are going to read the English at the top of 161, and I would like you to remember these words when you hear the sermon. And then we will do Hashkivenu. Our musicians can play a little bit of Hashkivenu as we read the words, everyone. Let there be love and understanding among us. Let peace and friendship be our shelter from life's storms. Adonai, help us to walk with good companions, to live with hope in our hearts and eternity in our thoughts, that we may lie down in peace and rise up, waiting to do your will. Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu L'shalom L'shalom V'hamidenu Shomreinu L'chaim Ufaros Aleinu Sukkot Shlomecha, Ufaros Aleinu Sukkot Shlomecha. Amen. Ufaros Aleinu Sukkot Shalom Echa Yalai 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 Ufaros Aleinu Sukkot Sukkot Shalom Echa. And now Vishamru on the next page, 162. Vishameru v'nei Yisrael et Hashabbat. Doing clap. La'asor et Hashabbat ledorotam beritolam. Vishameru v'nei Yisrael et Hashabbat Shabbat לדורותם ברית עולם. בני ובין בני ישראל, בני ובין בני ישראל, אהי לעולם, אותי לעולם, ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. כי ששת ימים, כי ששת ימים עשה אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ, ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. וביום השביעי שבת ויהי נפש, ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. And now we have our Amidah on page 164 and the following pages. Rise if you're able as Jeremy opens the ark. Adonai Sefetai Tiftach Ufi Yagud Tehilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu, Elohei Avotenu v'Imotenu, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzhak, Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, Elohei Leah, Ha'el Hagadol, Hagibor v'Hanorah, El Elyon, Gomel Chasadim Tovim, Vekonei Hakol, Vezocher Chastei Avot v'Imahot, Umevu Geula Livnei v'Nehem, Leman Shemo Be'ahava, Melech Ozer U'Moshia U'Magen, Baruch atah Adonai, Magen Avraham v'Ezrat Sarah. Atah Gibor Le'olam Adonai, Mechayei HaKol atah, Rav leHoshia, Morid Hatal, Mechalkel Chayim Bechesed, Mechayei HaKol Berachamim Rabim, Somech Noflim Benofei Cholim, Umatir Asurim, Umekayem Emunato Lishenei Afar, Michamocha Ba'al Givrod, Umido Melach, Melech Memit, Umechayeh, Umatzmiach Yeshua, V'ne'eman atah l'hachayot hakol, Baruch atah Adonai, Mechayei hakol. Next page. Atah kadosh v'shimcha kadosh, u'kadoshim b'chol yom, v'halalucha sela, Baruch atah Adonai, ha'el hakadosh. Please be seated. Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom. Well, this Shabbat we have a very interesting one. It's Parshat Korach. And in it, It recounts the rebellion of Korach, a cousin of Moses and Aaron, and along with some 250 plus followers. Some rebels are swallowed by the ground, and others are consumed by a fire from God, and others die in a plague. Korach challenges Moses with questions that actually don't make any sense at all. So think about it. If you have holy books in your house, do you still need to have a mezuzah on your doorpost? How many of you have holy books in your house? Even your prayer books. Do you still have a mezuzah on your doorpost? Okay, so what would that answer be? Okay, Korach challenges this. He wants to incite a rebellion, and he wants to gather people around his cause. So he challenges Moses' authority, and this is where he goes too far, as a direct messenger of God. There is a contest to settle things. Incense is brought by both sides, and of course, Moses is victorious. Korach was dissatisfied with everything. He wanted to usurp Moses and God's plan by spearheading a massive rebellion, wanting things to be done his way. But this was just too much. Questioning Moses, questioning if he got his commands from God, or was he just making things up? This angers God very, very much. Korach, his family, and all of his followers paid dearly with their lives. Oh, if it were just that easy. So, to quote Rabbi Joseph Skloot, it was tough in those biblical times. To our sages' minds, Korach's exchange with Moses was marked by a very remarkable lack of goodwill, and this is from Rabbi Skloot. Korach entered the conversation determined to prove his point and disgrace his adversary, belittle him, take him down in the eyes of everyone else. He had no serious intention or discussion about philosophy of Jewish ritual in mind. He had no respect for Moses' point of view. He had just stopped listening and started talking. And he didn't stop talking until the earth opened its mouth and swallowed him up. He then quotes lines from a James Taylor song, The Lonesome Road. If I had stopped to listen once or twice, if I had closed my mouth and opened my eyes, if I had cooled my head and warmed my heart, I would not be on this road tonight. How many good things, and I ask you this, have been ruined by arrogant, small-minded people who believe that what they know is absolute and everyone else is wrong? Have any of you ever experienced this? How many ventures have been thwarted by negative influences trying to rally others to their point of view without it being the truth, and yet still are able to destroy that which is truly holy and good? In our parsha, Korach almost gets away with it until God steps in with a vengeance, killing by fire, plague, and as stated previously, it is written, the earth opened up its mouth and swallowed them whole. How fitting. God truly has a wry sense of humor. Blasphemy, lashon hara, of the highest degree, and outright rebellion. This will not be tolerated in the eyes of the Lord. Loose lips, evil tongue, begot a punishment equal to the crime, death through the mouth of the earth. God can create, and God too can destroy. That is not what God wants to do, and yet we, humanity, seem to push the limits time and time again. In Judaism, Life matters more than anything, and yet it's important to note this, and this is part of this lesson of this parsha. Loyalty seems to hold a significant place alongside it, and betrayal as well. In Judaism, betrayal is viewed as a profound, and I'm not making this up, a profound violation of trust that damages both human relationships and one's connection to the divine. Both get fractured when betrayal happens. It is written that in Judaism, loyalty is a foundational moral commitment rather than just an emotion. There is a covenantal relationship between all of us as individuals and us in relation to God. It is rooted in the concept of emunah, faithfulness. I once tried to get that on a license plate, it was taken. And an active, unbreakable bond to God. Sir Rabbi Jonathan Sacks refers to this as covenant over contract. Judaism emphasizes covenantal loyalty. Unlike a contract, our lawyers might like this, which is based on mutual self-interest and can be broken when conditions change and then they are argued and debated and mediated. However, a covenant is a moral bond of trust that defines identity and survives challenges. Sadly, not all people operate this way. This is not a state of consciousness that is even remotely in their wheelhouse. This was not in Korach's wheelhouse, or the ones who gathered around with the mob mentality and aided in his attempt for rebellion. Maybe this is where the term fair weather friend comes from. People should be loyal to each other. People should see the good in each other, and yes, the good in God. We are at our best reflections of the divine. But just like in ancient times, we can fall victim to being on either side of the equation, betrayer or betrayed. Neither is a comfortable place to be. God certainly wasn't going to stand for it, and that was for sure. Now, the Torah can offer extreme examples to prove a point, much like the earth swallowing them whole. But it was the idea of the fact that Lashon Hara and blasphemy had been spoken. Words had been spoken against Moses, words out of the mouth. So in the Bible, the mouth swallowed them up whole. In a time when miracles could be manifest for good, they could just as easily turn at a moment's notice based on our actions to teach us a lesson. And this happens in life all the time. There will be times in our lives when leadership will be questioned and maybe even attacked. Rebellions can rise up, and as history has shown, governments can be overthrown and well-meaning ventures fractured. The point here is to choose which side you wish to dwell on. Korach and his followers chose a side that ended in loss of life on a grand scale. Now, things don't need to be as extreme for us to realize that all God expected was loyalty. Loyalty to Moses, his chosen prophet and leader of his beloved people, and loyalty to him or her as well. In Genesis, the creation story, God states that this one was very good, very, very good. So the question is, how many others did God create or maybe even have to destroy? We don't need God to destroy us. We are really good at that, sometimes all on our own. We need to protect the covenantal relationships that we are blessed to have with each other and with God. We need to walk with good companions and be loyal. When we do this, the road won't be so lonesome and the path ahead filled with light. Hopefully, too, with blessing. Ken Yehi Ratzon, may it be God's will. Shabbat Shalom. And so now Heather is going to sing something from the Parsha. Asher Korach to you both. It's a delicate situation. I have to find a lectern for here. Well, thank you to Heather and Dan and our musicians for working on that. We're so lucky that they prepare a new piece every single week. Gives you something to focus on, which is good. So, yeah, you guys did great. And so now, if we'll turn to page 371, we have our Misha Berach prayers to Brianna Bennett, who is moving deeper into her hospice situation. And Mark and I will be going out there this weekend. And we wish her ease as she progresses on this journey. Frank Maldonado hopefully will be getting out of transitional care and into a boarding care near Amy's house, their house, and they're working on that. And Terry and Virginia, may she find koyach, strength, and ruach, and spirit, boost of refuah shlema. And everyone that we have in our community that is both here, at home on the live stream, and those around the world as well, as we wish them all a Misha Berach, a refuah shlema of body, soul, and spirit. Page 371, see them in your mind's eye. Deep breath in and deep breath out. Misha Berach avotenu mekor habracha leimotenu. May the source of strength who bless the ones before us help us find the blessing, the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us sing Amen. Misha Berach imotenu mekor habracha leavotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us sing Amen. And a special refuah shlema to our president, and may her eye situation and everything else be healed, and to her mother as well. So we are now going to go to page 586 for our Aleinu as we move towards our closing prayers. Bottom of the page and the next 3 pages. Aleinu l'shabeach ladon hakol l'atei gedula. Please rise. Let us say Bereshit shelo asanu kegoyei haratzot velo samanu kemishpechot ha'adama shelo sam chelkenu kahem vegor aleinu kechol hamonam v'anachnu korim umishtachavim umodim lefnei melech Malchei Hamlachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu Shehu Notei Shamayim Ve'Yosed Aretz U'Moshev Yikaro B'Shamayim Ima'al V'Shechinah Duzo V'Gov Hei Meromim Hu Eloheinu Ein Od Emet Malkeinu Efes Ulato Kakahatu B'Torato Ve'yadata Hayom Ve'yadata Hayom Shevota Elavavecha Ki Adonai Hu HaElohim Vashamayim Bima'al Ve'al Haaretz Mitachat Heinon Ve'ne'emar Ve'haya Adonai Lemelech al kol haaretz Vayom hahu Yehyeh Adonai echad Ushemo echad. And the Torah is closed. The doors, thank you so much, Jeremy, as that ark is closed, and we are seated. And now our Kaddish prayer for those who are in mourning. Our hearts and our prayers go out to the Klugman family. So Tom Klugman lost his father, and a notice will be going out. He was buried last week, and our prayers go to everyone that is experiencing this at this time. And so also to those in our own community and around the world. So if anyone has lost someone in the last 7 days, would you please rise and say your loved one's name? Oh, did she? May she be a blessing on high. And also in the last 30 days, if you've lost someone, please say their name, anybody. In the last 11 months, if you've lost somebody in the last 11 months, raise your hand or stand. And if you are observing the yard site, the anniversary of a loved one's death, raise your hand. At home, hopefully you're saying names as well. And together we'll read the Kaddish. May everybody that is in mourning at this time find healing and strength. And may God be exalted for the love of family and friendship. And if you're able to, please rise. Yikadal v'yikadash shemei rabbah, ve'almad yivrach yeruteh, ve'lamlich malchuteh, v'chayechonu v'yomechonu v'chayerecho beit Yisrael, va'agalav man kari v'miru. Amen. Yehe shemei rabbah mevarach le'olam u'lomei al-maya. Yitbarak v'yishtabak v'yitpa'ar v'yitramam v'yinaseh v'yitadar v'yitalev v'yitalal shemei l'kudashav v'yichu le'elam min kol birchata v'shirata tushvechata v'nechamata ta'amiran be'olama v'imru yehe shalom rabba min shemaya v'chayim aleinu ve'el kol Yisrael v'imru. Amen. Oseh shalom v'imru ma'avhuya oseh shalom aleinu ve'el kol Yisrael v'imru. Amen. May God, who is the author of life and death, may God, who can create and destroy, may God lift up those he has created to an exalted place in the heavenly realm if they have moved to join into the heavenly realm, and may God grant peace to those who are suffering and grieving at this time. For those in our community and those around the world, as together we say, Amen. Please be seated as we have some announcements from Jeremy.
Shabbat shalom. Oh, okay, now it's working. All right, well, thank you, Rabbi, for another fantastic sermon. That one was a pretty serious one. Thank you, of course, for our music to Dan, Heather, Marianne, and Amy. Lovely music as always. Thank you to Mark Tannen for the technical expertise. Thank you to Brian for setup. And thank you to our president, Marcia, who I should be thanking every week. She does so much behind the scenes, you guys, seriously. And she does it right now with one eye. So she's always got an eye on you, even when it's only one. Educational opportunities. If you need to have a spiritual tune-up and, help relax and ease your mind, join Roger Peterson's Eastern Meditation class. It meets every Monday. Dan's next music class is June 24th, where we will be exploring the works of Laura Nero. If you don't know who she is, you should. She's written some of your favorite songs. You just never knew that. All the information for the classes can be found at templeemet.org, or you can email info@templeemet.org for instructions on how to contact Dan and Roger and how to sign up. next Shabbat, we have a little summer break, so we will have the next Shabbat will be July 24th, third Friday, and that will be the Men's Club Barbecue. All the men, and I need you men to show up. Seriously, I can't barbecue everything myself. We're going to barbecue right here at Temple Emet home. It's going to be great. We'll probably have burgers, dogs. Who knows? If somebody wants to bring a prime rib and donate it, that's fine too. But we'll barbecue something. We'll drag the barbecue out, and we're going to set something on fire. So don't miss it. It's going to be great. Until then, however, we do still have some events. Just because there are no Shabbats together doesn't mean we can't have fun together. A lot of fun. June 26th, next Friday. Game night. You guys loved the last one. We're going to do them until we can't do them no more. We're going to do, as usual, our fundraiser game of left, center, right. Super fun. Bring $5. Win yourself some money. Donate some money to the temple. Also, you can build puzzles. You can play Monopoly. You can play poker. You can play canasta, mahjong. We have a brand new Scrabble board. I mean, you could do it all. You want to bring your own game? Bring that too. You want to play tic-tac-toe in the corner? Just don't scribble it on the bathroom walls. It's fine. Coloring books are very therapeutic. Wonderful idea. So if you want to do something fun with all your fun Temple Emet people, come on down to game night. It's going to be awesome. And then, if you need to chill out on July 4th, if you want to have some thrills and chills, come here for a Twilight Zone marathon. It's Amy's favorite thing of the year. So we're going to be starting at 3 p.m., and we will go until dinner time. We will serve you dinner. I will sponsor dinner. It's going to be a surprise. That means whoever's here gets to decide, and we will order something, and it'll be good. Meanwhile, we will have popcorn, snacks, everything. Amy will give you her personal commentary on each episode. It'll be curated to maximum enjoyment. You're going to love it. But until then, I must bid you adieu. Goodbye, good night, and Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom. Great job on those announcements, Jeremy.
Yes, it is the, what is it? Yes, July 24th, I think. Is that right? 17th, right? Oh, sorry, 17th. 17th, not the 24th. We have math problems. But
I'll be in
yeah.
New Jersey. The 24th is my granddaughter's
want that
7th
to happen.
birthday, and Mark and I will be.
17th. It's a third Friday. As long as it's a third Friday, we're good.
Thank you, Dan, for that clarification. And Jeremy, you would have gotten Mark and I in big trouble as grandparents to not be there, not only for the birthday, but for Shabbat. You know, she gets very proud of taking us to the Orthodox shul, and as she gets to play and run all around, and we get to daven on our own side, the men and the women. It's all so good. So anyway, it's a thing. So we are going to now sing our closing song. What did you guys decide you wanted? I'll let Marianne pick because she's the violinist.
Well, why don't we go with Oh Say Shalom, because I have the music right in front of me.
Okay, Oseh Shalom.
For our
Big one, okay. Donald, okay. Thank you, Marianne. Oseh Shalom, Marianne, President of Sisterhood, along with our co-president, Hilda Harpist. Okay. Oseh Shalom Bimrama, Yaseh Shalom Aleinu, Ve'al Kol Yisrael, Ve'imru, Ve'imru, Amen. Yaseh Shalom, Yaseh Shalom, Shalom Aleinu, Ve'al Kol Yisrael, Yaseh Shalom, Yaseh Shalom. Shalom Aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. And like a wonderful Oreo sandwich, we will do that again after we all bless one another with the Birkat Kohanim. So you can stay right where you are, or you can move around and hug somebody. Are we ready? So may God bless you and keep you. May God's countenance shine upon you. May God be with you always and grant you peace and be like that sweet, wonderful filling in between the chocolatey cookie. So May God be with us always. Yivarechecha Adonai v'yishmerecha. Ya'er Adonai panav elecha v'yichuneka. Yisa Adonai panav elecha v'yasem lecha shalom. Keni Ratzon, may be God's will. Shabbat shalom. And back to Oseh Shalom. It's like a rerun in the Torah. It's double impact, double meaning. Oseh Shalom b'mromav. Yaseh Shalom aleinu. Ve'al kol Yisrael. Ve'imru. Amen. Yaseh Shalom. Yaseh Shalom. Shalom aleinu. Ve'al kol Yisrael.
Yaseh Shalom, Yaseh Shalom.
Yaseh Shalom, Shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Yaseh Shalom, Yaseh Shalom, Shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Yaseh Shalom, Yaseh Shalom, Shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Shabbat shalom. Thank you. Thank you to everyone for the food and the music and the service. Thank you.